When the topic of strongest characters in DC Comics comes up, most people say characters like the Presence, Darkseid, Perpetua, and the topic of this video, the Thought Robot, we'll be referring to as Cosmic Armor Superman for the sake of people's recognition of the alias. But nobody ever really thinks of the Spectre, which is why I'm here to tell you, the viewers, about a very controversial argument in the form of the Spectre, Rebirth, being stronger than Cosmic Armor Superman. Cosmic Armor Superman has a lack of actual feats for his AP due to his only real appearance being in Final Crisis Superman Beyond, but we can accurately scale him using Mandrake due to them being extremely relative. Mandrake is shown instead to be a threat to the entirety of the Monitor Sphere, which in DC's cosmology scales him above things like Heaven and Limbo, that can both be considered to have RF transcendence over the baseline multiverse due to statements and showings. This is consistent due to Mandrake being powered by Bleed, which is what holds all of creation together. One thing I would like to point out, though, is that assuming the power of his heat vision over his standard AP is the same, his heat vision's AP should be 1,440 times his standard AP in this form, using CSAP's rule of no-selling and one-shotting. Before getting into his more insane feats, he should upscale the entirety of the post-crisis and Rebirth heroes due to a statement from Superman about how the Spectre is far beyond all of them in terms of power. This would include Wally West. The reason this is important is due to the fact that Wally arguably has the best AP feat in DC's history up to the point of that statement, due to him being able to bypass Mobius' armor and durability and kill him before any of the heroes or Mobius can react. Due to the Spectre upscaling this because of Superman's statement, the Spectre should be able to perform the same feat AP-wise. The Spectre is also shown to be able to beat Dr. Fate and clash evenly with a full-power Nabu. Now that we've got his safer feats down, this is where the controversy comes in. The Spectre is able to perform a feat of AP that Perpetua blatantly cannot in breaking the Source Wall. This grants him superior AP to Perpetua, who is sub-relative to the Darkest Night. This should make the Spectre in the same AP tiers as characters that can make the entire sphere of gods tremble just due to their existence, which is superior feat to Mandrake being a threat to the Monitor Sphere, due to the fact that Mandrake doesn't actually cause anything to happen on that scale with his presence alone. For consistency for the Darkest Knight's feat being better, Mandrake even states himself that Perpetua is far beyond him in strength, so the topic isn't even up for debate on if Perpetua and the Darkest Knight are stronger than Mandrake, and in turn Cosmic Armor Superman. I may be on Team Spectre here, and for good reason, but that doesn't mean I'm going to wrongfully downplay the Thought Robot. The supposed anti-feat in the form of him being damaged by the heat of 10 billion suns is completely irrelevant in a durability perspective. This only really shows that he isn't completely resistant to heat. It doesn't actually matter from a durability standpoint. In relation to the other statement in said panel, I don't believe Cosmic Armor Superman is being hurt by just the power of 52 universes. My interpretation to this statement is that Mandrake is simply stating he's amped by the 52 universes, which makes more sense in the context of the panel, as it's Mandrake's own attack that he states has that power. On the other hand, Cosmic Armor Superman does tank Mandrake's attacks, which should grant him relative durability to his and Mandrake's AP, which can be further backed up by Newton's third law, so his durability only really scales to his AP. So with the Spectre's durability, even without Newton's third law, he would simply scale to his own AP due to his fight with Nabu, as in that fight, Nabu and him were able to clash attacks with one another on equal footing. Due to both of their durabilities only scaling to their APs, the Spectre takes this point as well. Cosmic Armor Superman is quite lacking in actual speed feats, but due to his brief moment of holding Limbo, which is a timeless space, the Thought Robot would have inaccessible speed. The reason as to why I do not believe Cosmic Armor Superman to have immeasurable or irrelevant speed is due to the fact that he doesn't actually scale to any speedsters or the Speed Force itself, which is where essentially all the measurable to irrelevant speed scaling comes from. Unlike Cosmic Armor Superman, the Spectre doesn't lack in speed feats. In his fight against the Flash, he is capable of reacting to and combating him, and even blitzes him in activation speed. Other than that, he still has feats of blitzing Superman on multiple occasions, in which Dr. Fate does as well. Combating Dr. Fate on its own should lend the Spectre immeasurable speed scaling due to Dr. Fate's own scaling as well as his hacks. Cosmic Armor Superman is surprisingly not lacking in hacks and resistances. First off, while he may not actually have plot manipulation, he does in fact have resistance to it due to the hyperstory actively working against him. He also has another very powerful hack in the form of omnicompetence, due to Zillovala's statement about Superman's story being about overcoming all odds. The Thought Robot also has reactive adaptation to upcoming threats, but the problem with this is it's very limited, as Mandrak is stated to have it as well, and narratively his is equal to Superman's, and yet he blatantly can't adapt to fight Perpetua. The statement also grants him reactive power level, but it still has the same limitations. He has immortality type 1 due to not being a biological entity, but he also has some quite glaring weaknesses. He's completely guided by destiny, so he has absolutely zero resistance to an opponent who manipulates fate. The Spectre is very capable hack-wise himself, with abilities like being able to travel across dimensions at will, and he can completely negate the will of lanterns. He can also negate immortality types 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7, and 8. He has himself types 1, 3, and 8 immortalities too, and he has fate manipulation as well. He can negate Dr. Fate's impossibility and destiny manipulation, and he even melts away most of Dr. Fate's hacks. He's also shown construct creation and soul manipulation on top of that. So far in the comics, the only real weakness of the Spectre we are told about or shown is just being outright overpowered. The Spectre edges out for this category simply due to his capability to use the power that happens to be the Thought Robot's weakness. But from a cross-verse standpoint, Cosmic Armor Superman is overall superior hacks-wise, so I'll give them both a point. Due to all the factors previously mentioned, I believe that the Spectre takes this fight with low difficulty at the most. If anyone has any real contentions with this scale, feel free to join the server linked in the pinned comment and shoot me a message. That's all for this video, and peace out.